What's up, MFers, and happy freaking hump day to you guys. We're halfway there. We're almost through the week. A lot of you guys probably can't fish until the end of the week, but you're very, very close. We're almost to the weekend, guys. You can get out and enjoy some of this beautiful spring weather. It is finally freaking nice outside, so a lot of good content coming your way. Speaking of content, for today's video, going to take you back down to Tejas on my trip with Mrs. Milliken fishing. Obviously, I'm back home now. Just got home today, but this was some fishing from 2 days ago. Was on actually a really, really tough bite, a tough spring bite that a lot of you guys have probably met with the same conditions. But it took me a little bit and finally figured out a way to get out and catch some fish. Told you guys I kind of had to rewire my brain since we have pre-spawn fish up here in Nebraska, and those are like spawn and post-spawn fish down there in Texas. But this is a super effective bait we're going to talk about a little bit later in the video. And I'm actually going to do a giveaway at the end of this video with that bait as well. I do have one favor to ask you guys before we start today's video. If you could go down there and hit the MF and subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. There's tons of fishing content coming your way soon, so if you like fishing videos, go subscribe, hit the bell even, so you're notified every time. All right, I'm done with the shameless plugs. Let's get back down to Tejas, catch some dogs. Let's go. What is up, MFers? Still down in Texas. I'm at one of my favorite lakes now that I've fished a couple times before. Not that much. I have a little bit of experience here. It's got a lot of fish in it. It's got a lot of decent 5+ pound fish. I'm not gonna lie, I think it probably has some giant fish in it too. Don't have Becky and Emmy with me right now. The kids did not get up for the early morning trip today, but we got low light conditions. I try to get up so we can get on like that early morning topwater bite, hoping that's actually a thing that happens. Not gonna make any bones about it. It hasn't been the best freaking fishing since we got down here this trip. I think it's about time to turn that around. I'm gonna throw some topwater this morning and then hopefully throw some big stuff that looks like that a little bit later on. Let's get the boat launched though and see what the hell lives out in there. Okay, MFers, let's get the daggone show on the road. Like I said, got up early this morning, try to get this morning topwater bite, and that's kind of what we're doing. We're starting on Milliken Point, got some pads on it, got some grass on it, all sorts of fun stuff. Starting with old Mr. Prototype Proppin' Frog right here. Water temp says it's about 65, so automatically thinking spawn, post-spawn stuff. All these lakes down here are a little bit similar, but you know, they have their own quirks too. And what we found is the majority of the fish are just coming off beds, but there are a couple still left on beds. And I don't think this one gets fished too hard, so who knows? Might have an opportunity to big one on a bed today. Might not see a damn fish on a bed today, but that's the fun thing about breaking down new water. I've never fished this lake during this time of the spawn phase. Oh, okay. We missed it, but topwater bite. All right, let's see if he'll come back and get it. He was way up there in the reeds. All right, 2 missed bites. That's a clue to me. When they're coming up and swiping at it, they don't like what you're throwing. So tie Mr. Regular Frog on, not Poppin' Frog. Let's see what they think about this dude. Follower on the swim bait. No, it's so sick. Just pulled out this this slide swimmer. First cast with it on the Panoptic, saw one chasing it from about 30 feet away up the side of this dock. Just didn't commit to it. That's actually him right there. That's the fish that was following this. I wonder if we could flip him. I don't know, let's try to see if he'll eat this swim bait. Looking at it. What the heck? A fish? Had to do what I did yesterday. Pick up the swim jig apparently. Holy balls. I've been fishing for like 3 hours. I've gotten a couple bites. No fish. Nice little healthy 2-pounder on You guessed it, 6th Sense swim jig, prototype swim jig trailer. Whew. Man, right on the edge of these reeds too. I don't know, maybe there's something to that. I was like, oh, flipping the dock. I'm seeing a bunch of activity on the docks. They'll just go down to my bait though and won't eat it. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna fish in between these two docks. These reeds look decent. Can't get anything to come up and eat a topwater bait. And finally picked one up. I don't know, I got nothing. There we go. That's a better one. On the seawall, huh? A seawall panda. He freaking choked that swim jig. Oh, and broke my line. Probably should get that line changed. Not a giant one, but hey, I'll take it. Right where it's supposed to be. Sweet. All right. Swim jig. Maybe we're putting something together, guys. Finally. So these are definitely post-spawn fish, and they are they're clearly up on the seawall type stuff. And I've been looking around. There's beds all over the place, but I think they're vacant. They've already been used up, and the females are off. But yeah, I've been flipping all these docks in between, and nothing. Seeing some activity on the Panoptics, but no takers. And then 2 fish then. And the last 2 times I've gotten up on the seawall, thrown this guy. This is the 6th Sense Divine swim jig. Really like the head design, really lifelike, really like this bluegill color. I think this is called Baby Bream. Good hook. And then this is a really cool new swim bait trailer you guys will be able to get before too much longer. But yeah, definitely think I'm gonna keep doing that, parallel some of these seawalls. I've been trying to actually parallel some of the docks and stuff, swimming this biome, and I can't get bit. So I don't know if I'm just seeing fish that aren't active on the dock or they're all bluegill or something, but I've had some come up and take a look at the big swim bait. Those definitely aren't bluegill. God damn it. All right, they're crushing the swim jig now. Almost every one of these little walls, whenever it's a little bit of a drop off, they're on this damn swim jig. You gotta be kidding me. That was a good one. Broke it off on the hook set. That's how my trip's been so far. You know, on a day when you're not getting an abundance of bites, that can be frustrating. I don't know if I got bad line on there or what the hell the deal is, but not freaking cool. I just cut a bunch off. I probably should put another reel on that rod, but I'm gonna be really smart and just risk it for the biscuit. Tie another swimming jig on and say a couple bad words in my head, and I don't know, maybe regroup and catch a fish, who knows. So I apologize for the abrupt ending to the video. I was lucky enough to break my first ever, well, not my first ever GoPro. I actually wrecked my GoPro when I went for the little swim last December. But yeah, here's my my Hero 4 GoPro. I don't think that's what you want your screen to look like. That might be an issue for the filming process. And I was smart enough to not bring my other freaking camera with me, so that had to be the end of the video. I want to show you guys really quick what I throw my swim jig on, and have no fear, I did replace my damn line on the reel, so the breakages won't happen. But this is a 6th Sense Lux rod, 7.5 heavy. It's a moderate fast action rod. I really like that. It's got a nice tip on it. Fish is a little bit more like a medium heavy, but it's super parabolic, and it's 7'5", so it's a longer rod than a lot of people use for a swim jig. But I like that, so when they bite on the end of the long cast, I can really lean into it, move a lot of line with that longer rod. Always fish on a 7:1 gear ratio reel. I like having a little bit more speed when I want to pick up the pace on that. And yeah, like I told you guys, that guy right there is an absolute killer. You've seen me use that time and time again. Now I use the Menace trailer, the Strike King Menace trailer a whole lot, but I've really started to like this prototype swim bait trailer. If you guys follow 6th Sense on Instagram, they just posted something today with with different colors of that that swim bait that'll be out before too much longer. Oh, and then the line, put some 16-pound fluorocarbon on there. Anything 15 to 20 pound I really like. 20 is a little heavy unless you're fishing super heavy cover. But that's my swim jig setup. I throw it anywhere around shallow grass in the spring. And even if you have muddy water, bump it up to a black and blue jig, like a full-on rage craw trailer, pocket craw, baby packet craw, something like that, and throw it around like laydowns and stuff. It can be a sneaky way to get some really good bites, especially if they've been seeing a whole bunch of chatterbaits and spinnerbaits. Like I told you guys, I'm going to do a quick little giveaway. I'm going to give away my 5 favorite colors of this 6th Sense Divine swim jig right here. To 1 lucky MFer. So all you got to do is 2 simple steps. Go subscribe, which I assume you guys did earlier in the video, and then comment down below. Comment what type of videos, what type of content you want to see moving forward. And then I'm just going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to use a random comment generator, get the winner of this video, and get in touch with them, and I will send 5 of my favorite color swim jigs. You guys should seriously go check out the colors of this the 6th Sense swim jig. I'll link it down below. They have colors if you have bluegill fisheries, shad fisheries, black and blue, crawdad colors, just about anything in between. Super bright colors, all different types of stuff. So I'll link those down below. And of course, use promo code MF10 if you want to get them cheaper than anywhere else. Now I do have some good news. I did take a couple different GoPros on this trip. Unfortunately, I didn't have them in the boat with me that time, but a little bit later in the day, myself, Mrs. Milliken fishing, and old Goldilocks went out, and we actually put a little bit of a hurting on them. So be sure to check back tomorrow, or the day after that, or the day after that, and that video will be out very soon. Anyways, thanks for bearing with me through this tougher video. I'm excited to get those baits out to one of you guys so you can start catching fish on them. Catch you MFers tomorrow. I'm out here. Peace.
I'm not sorry. I can't help this love like mine.
I'm not sorry. I can't stop with a love like mine.